Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Emmanuel, and today we're going to be learning about a really powerful concept in SwiftUI, which is states. Now, states is really powerful. Without states, we will basically have a UI that is the same. There will be nothing changing. What states does is it allows us to be able to have different appearances for different conditions of our app, and we're going to see that in practice today. Now let's jump straight into code. And what I have here is a very simple blank project. There's nothing happening here. And for now, we're just going to go ahead and remove this one. Actually, we can leave the text. And this text is going to be our counter. So originally it's going to read 1. Okay. And then we're going to add some buttons. So we'd add a button here for plus. And we would actually have these in a horizontal stack. And if you don't understand this, you can actually go check out one of our older videos where we explained stacks and the likes. So we will have a horizontal stack that has a plus button and a minus button. But I think we want the plus at the right. So we bring this one right here. Okay. So this is a very beautiful world-class application. The plan is that we click on this plus button and it's going to increase the value of this counter. We click on the minus button, it's going to reduce the value. How can we do that? Well, for one, we can create a variable that holds the value of the counter. So we can call this value, and this is going to be an integer with an original value of 0, you can say. And then right here, we can add our value. And what we're going to have is the exact same thing. So let's see, preview, anything? Beautiful. So what we have here, same thing. We have a value, and the value is 0. This value gets displayed in the text as 0 right here. We have two buttons, the plus and the minus. Okay. Now, whenever we click on the minus button, what do we want to do? We want to reduce the value of value. So we say value minus equal 1. Now in SwiftUI, in order for the view to be aware of certain changes in UI or certain conditions, certain state, we need to use a property wrapper called @state. Now, whenever we do this, what we're saying is that this value, whenever it is changed, should cause the view to re-render the specific portion that is affected by that state. In this case, you can see that in this entire UI, this view is affected by this state change. So whenever this value changes, so here we're going to be changing the state of the value property. This is going to cause the view to give us a new instance or a new appearance under the state with a value of this -1. I'm sorry, I know this may sound a little bit confusing, but what this has done essentially is if I were to click on the minus, then you can see that now this works. Okay, so when we click on this button, this block of code gets executed. What does this block of code do? It changes the state value of this property and reduces it by 1. Now, when this value changes, because it is a state, it is going to re-render everything that affects or that is affected by this state. Here we have the text being affected by that, and then this gets re-rendered with the new value. Okay, so that's basically what is happening here. We can do the same thing for the plus equals 1. And by doing this, we can now, okay, so it had to do a re-render, but we can do minus and we can do plus, and it just keeps going like that, going -10. Very simple. But this is a really powerful concept that I'd like for you to be aware of. And of course, this is a very simple example, but the foundational concept is exactly the same. So whenever we change the state, we get an updated view. So this view gets returned with a new value. So now when this gets returned again, the value here will no longer be 0, but be I think I said here, so it would be 1. And then the SwiftUI is able to tell what the diff is, what the difference between the current visible one and what the new one is, and then figure out what to update in the most performant way that we don't need to be really bothered about. Okay. But yeah, this is the main thing I'd like for you to get in this video. Whenever we want the appearance of our app to change under certain conditions, then we need to wrap that with the @state property wrapper. And what that will do is it would allow us to be able to make changes to that state, and those changes can now be reflected in our UI. Okay, and this is something we will be using a lot in the future apps that we're going to be building. So if you have any questions, of course, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will respond as quickly as possible. All right. Until then, see you in the next video.